Joining us now, Sam Bankman-Fried, CEO of crypto trading exchange FTX. The platform is the world's fourth largest crypto exchange by volume. Thanks so much for joining us, Sam. Good to see you.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
We'll get to this week's news in a few moments, perhaps. But first of all, your exchange, as we just said, the fourth biggest by volumes for crypto trading globally, but not so for U.S. investors. Why is that?
Yeah, I mean, the biggest thing is that basically in crypto, there's not much of a derivative scene in the United States. This is pending clarity from the CFTC on what licenses would be required for offering derivatives. And so because of that, FTX doesn't have derivatives offering in the United States, and derivatives are the bulk of where the volume comes from.
And so I guess that's a point, because we always say here with crypto there's a lack of regulation, but there is some regulation, you're saying, here in the US relative to where you're based in Hong Kong. What is your outlook, therefore, on regulation of this space going forward, both globally and in the US?
Yeah, I sort of break this into three parts. When it comes to kind of money laundering concerns, those are serious. They touch all industries. And those are just regulations that cut across industries. They're not crypto specific. And those are things that, FTX and other kind of serious exchanges are already complying with. The securities regulations are things which are developing, but there's some guidance from regulators on. We would appreciate a lot more than there has been, but there's been sort of enough to work with. I think the biggest open question for us is on futures and derivatives, where, the CFTC has sort of signaled that these are regulated products. But there's been a lot less clarity on what regulations exactly would be necessary for it, or what licenses would be. This is really a developing area for almost all jurisdictions in the world, is figuring out, what licenses are relevant or required for crypto derivatives, or whether there's going to be kind of new licenses created for them.
I feel like the story in crypto of the week, Sam, has been Elon Musk. This time last week,
Yep.
Dogecoin was soaring into SNL, and then it sold off, and now it gained today on a tweet. And Tesla got slammed this week because, Bitcoin got slammed because Tesla is no longer going to be accepting it. Why does he have so much power over the crypto market?
Well, I think it's not just crypto. I think he has power over a lot of markets, and I think just looking at the TSLA stock, I think you can see a piece of that as well. For whatever reason, I think he's emerged as one of the most compelling figures over the last few years globally. And, when he tweets, markets listen. And I think that in particular, his sort of affect is very much in line with the crypto ethos and with the crypto ecosystem's general appreciation for, memes and trading and meme-based trading. And so I think those have all combined to make him an incredibly popular and influential figure in crypto, especially.
So what do you say, Sam, when people push back on the questions that poses for what exactly crypto is as an asset going forward? It makes it harder to be a payment of exchange. It makes it harder to be a store of asset because of its volatility. Do you accept those pushbacks, or in fact, for your business model, does it not matter? You just want to see the volumes come in for trading?
Well, I mean, certainly for FTX, what matters the most is volumes. But, in terms of the utility of the asset class, one thing I'll note is that there are stable coins, which are, pegged one-to-one to the U.S. dollar and other assets. And so those will always have, the stability for payments. The other thing that I would say is that, when you look at sort of the price action of crypto, and, who knows what will happen in the future? None of this is investment advice. But certainly looking historically, there's been huge volatility and huge price appreciation. And I think those are not unrelated to each other. It's very hard to have an asset class that has huge price appreciation if it doesn't have huge volatility along the way. It just comes part and parcel with the big movements. And I think that as there's been, massive just price discovery for crypto, and I expect further price discovery for it going forward, until the world is confident what a Bitcoin is worth, it's not going to stop being volatile.
Shepard Smith here. Thanks for watching CNBC on YouTube.